I ain't got no goals. I was born to stay in the hood.
Are you gonna stay in the hood for the rest of your life?
I might.
How you gonna make money?
The government gonna take care of me. All I gotta do is have 8 kids and I'm Gucci. Do you know how much food stamps I could get with 8 kids? The hood is the land of opportunity. I can get a chopped cheese, Chinese food, and Don Julio on the same block.
Yo, nah, we're done.
Why ain't gang gonna even laugh at cameras and transfer to get it 40-year sentence? Is prison a new flag? No. Wow.
Hey, they got my check.
If you create a monster and then say, look at the monster. You see, again, we're back at the question of what is happening to the black male. Why are there more black males in prison than in the colleges? Why are all these black males dying on the street from gunshot wounds, drugs, AIDS, etc.? Why is that happening? Why is the black male unemployment rate what it is? Do you see what I'm saying? And all of these are related to the attack. We are living the attack of racism, the attack of white supremacy.
How much research and study did the FBI engage in of black culture in the late 60s?
A great amount.
Give me an idea.
From the thing is, I can, they have a file on every type of magazine that blacks read. They have a file on the music.
Music?
Music, dance, theater, actors, comedians, you name it, man.
And they would actually study these different...
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
What would they do with music?
To understand the people, you have to understand the culture. To infiltrate, you have to understand. You had a lot of so-called white liberals that were infiltrating the so-called black groups, using the information that they had gathered from the studies of blacks.
You mean just to understand the behavior pattern of our people?
Oh yeah, I can, you know, Will Heaton could name out some jams of Miles Davis that I hadn't even heard of. He could name off some books that I hadn't even read pertaining to black culture.
Did you ever see agents actually studying the music of...
Yes, yes. Yes, I've seen them going over even video portion of cultural events. The understanding, like when, okay, you have an organization like Leroy Jones' Black House. You remember that? Okay, Leroy Jones's place, which was done on the thing of tribalism. That's where I first heard the word Kintu, Mantu, Huntu, Hentu. These words of the African continuum. You know, I learned that from an agent. He ran it down to me. They make in-depth studies of the personalities of the people they're dealing with too, culturally. It always helps when it's a thing of, you can take their culture and use it against them.
Was a CIA operation from the inception, even in the 80s.
CIA financed 80s hip-hop. John Holmeston, a retired CIA agent, has admitted this week on national Russian television that the CIA was behind the creation of the 1980s hip-hop scene and financed major hip-hop acts, including NWA, African Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
African Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. The CIA was there from day one. Them your day one niggas.
The time spent big money, this is serious money, this is in quotations, on this covert operation destined to further division and corruption of the American youth to nihilist, anti-establishment, and anti-American ideologies.
Stop. They trying to get anti-establishment and anti-American activities. When Crazy Bone read it.
In 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music, and ultimately, American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. Between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them.
The dude said, well, where's Brand New Media? Where's Latifah? Where's Public Enemy? Where's all of that shit? But they also work to get you to believe anti-establishment They're just step one before you get to gangster rap.
According to the former agent, famous hip-hop lyrics of the legendary hip-hop outfit NWA were scripted by a team of psychologists and war propagandists inside the CIA. Fuck the police and other anti-establishment lyrics were intended to unleash a wave of cynicism towards authorities, promote the use of narcotics, and glamorize the gangster life in the minds of impressionable young people. The CIA worked in tandem with the music industry elites.
In fact, we go back to 1995. There was a secret meeting in Beverly Hills at the home of Clyde Davis of these big-time music executives of Warner Music, Sony Music, okay, Paramount Music. All of these music executives had invited rappers, and there were people from the CIA there that at the time a lot of these rappers didn't know that these people were from the CIA. They were invited to the home of Clyde Davis along with members of the CIA, FBI, which they didn't understand why the government was there, including many directors and CEOs of the private prisons throughout the United States was at that meeting in the mansion of Clyde Davis. And they were telling these rappers, you need to create songs talking about killing police, calling black women bees and hoes. You need to get more nasty so we can fill our prisons that we're building. Okay.
You know what's crazy?
The crack cocaine epidemic, funded by the CIA. The CIA needed to fund the war in Central America. So we need to send cocaine to South Central, Chicago, East St. But we need to target black gangs. So we want these people to kill each other. We don't care if they kill each other, as long as they don't come to Beverly Hills and the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Government elites is all about population control. The #1 method for population control is music. Like, I teach this stuff in my books and I'll try to briefly explain it now, but we have 7 energy centers in our body, right?
Yeah.
There are instruments that can activate and manipulate those 7 energy centers. Like, for example, the bass in music manipulates the bass chakra, which is the first energy center in the body. So the beat alone, it puts you like in a hypnotic state, and then the words program you subconsciously. For example, when you put out certain music in hip hop and you got these young, dumb artists, they brag about killing, and that convinces and influences the youth to feel like they have to be able to say they killed somebody to be accepted by the culture. And the same music industry that basically forced these artists to put this type of music out, they also own the prison industry, and it works hand in hand. I mean, the execs win both ways, you know what I mean? They making more money than the artists off the music for one, and then when you get locked up, they benefit from that too.
This is what we're talking about. They don't want us to get a power here. It's nothing but a greeting. That's all. We can't wear our bracelets in the movie. How come? How come? It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation. They come down hard. We have to. Yeah. All right, if you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this thing. Right on. They said the afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's right. That's what they said, it was legal. We can sport an afro. All right. This man, there's a lot of brothers here. This man here has got an afro. This is an afro right here. Or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin head. What they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here, they get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigger. A nigga, a Vietnamese girl, I know it's not part of their language. Can't nobody tell me that's part of their language. But I'm gonna go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here, we fight. Okay, we fight to defend the water we drink, the land we grow our food on, and our way of culture. We also fight to protect Rockefeller, Rockefeller's foundations. We fight to protect J.P. Kennedy's foundation. All these different kind of foundations that the black man can't partake of, you understand? And then we go back, we're continuously harassed. It's not necessary. This ain't what we heard, this is what we know. See, we've seen it from the bird's eye point of view. We are the people here now, see? We see it now. This ain't what we heard, you know.
I know y'all haven't been out in the Ville. Now, just like you said, these people, these Oriental people don't know where the word nigga came from or nothing. They have to learn how to speak it. You go out there in that Ville. The first time I come over here, I goes out in the Ville, I falls into one of these places, and I'm thrown out because I'm black, you know? Because I'm black. They don't like us. They say we start trouble. Now who done put this stuff in their mind? You know what I mean? The beasts came over here and brainwashed these people. We get out here and try to do our thing, and they wants to downrate us.
Right on.
Because we're black. Because the beasts came over here and told them that we ain't nothing but trouble. Right because we got a strong rapper and they scared we're going to take the women away.
Right. You know what I mean? Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about down south. Let's say down high in July this year right here, when the so-called the beasts, this is what we call them because they act savage and barbarous like animals. They pull M16s on us. We had a USO show on the 4th of July, okay? The people, it was a soul show, people might say, because most of the songs were black, okay? Because of this coming from the club where they had the USO show at, we come in contact with all these beasts with M16 rifles and whatnot, pointing at us, threatening to kill us. All right, well, this was reported to the proper authorities. The officer today, he didn't do anything. What'd he say? Go hit the rack.